We're live here at Chuck Stevens Field, I should say, at Churchill High School. Playoff baseball is upon us. 6th-seeded Rockville taking on 3rd-seeded KOA. Good one in store for us today, Pat.
Yeah, last night the Express coming off of a split doubleheader. We've said that a lot this season. Taking game 1 and then losing game 2 to the Baltimore Clippers. That was our last game of the regular season. As you said, yeah, this is the first game of the playoffs. This is a win or go home, a sudden death game.
That it is, and Rockville coming in as the lower seed will be leading it off. It'll be Kean Saylor stepping up to the box. Certainly a hot bat as of late, as in this calendar week alone, 8 doubles for him. We're underway with a called strike one to start the ball game. Full 9 in store ahead for both clubs. Pitch number 2 on the way, ground ball towards second. And that's how we start today. Quick out number 1 on just 2 pitches. Starting lineup for Rockville is Saylor grounds out. It's him, Heffley, and Jacopi in the top 3. McMath hitting cleanup today. Rio Fabre, Orsini, Furlong, Lacefield, and Bowman. Colin Fitzgerald getting the start for Rockville. We saw a lot of different lineups over the last few days. Rick trying to get it down to a science prior to this game. We'll see how that pays off. It'll be Daniel Elliott, right-hander from Christopher Newport, starting today for KOA. Both pitching and hitting for himself out of the leadoff spot.
Yeah, leadoff spot for the pitcher is not something you see too often. I was very confused looking at the lineup card, as on the lineup card he's listed as pitching, also a designated hitter. I know pitcher can hit for himself, but it just was perplexed by why he was DH and pitching.
Hey, playoff ball, anything can happen.
Guess that's one way to put that statement.
James Heffley in a 1-2 count now. Comes in today hitting .296, but what really stands out to me is that .444 slugging number for him.
Yeah, it goes along with 7 doubles and 1 triple on the season, 18 RBIs. These are regular season stats, as I believe the stats reset for the postseason.
That they do. So everyone into today with a start fresh. Here's a high one, evens things at 2. Big key for Rockville is make Elliott throw as many pitches as possible. One thing they really do well on is pouncing on bullpens. So that's got to be the game plan as Heffley watches strike 3 go by. Quickly 2 away here in the inning.
Well, it's another key for the Express are not to just make Elliott throw a lot of pitches, but get runs on the board early. We did that last night, but unfortunately we gave up 9 unanswered to the Clippers in game 2. But I think one thing the Express can definitely do is put up runs early and then get their opponents in a hole that they have to dig out of.
Right you are, as Eddie watches 1 miss inside, runs things 1-0. Jacopian ahead in the count now. Eddie into today hitting .303, one of few that hit over that 300 mark, as a backhand stop at short. Some sound defense there to end the inning. Quickly 3 away as we head towards the bottom of the first. 0-0 ball game. We're back here in the bottom of the first. Colin Fitzgerald getting the ball for Rockville today, as you see his stat line here on the year. 12 innings pitched, 16 strikeouts for him, and a 1-0 record.
Yeah, he's had 3 games played, 3 games started, 1-0 as he's had 2 non-decisions.
Here's a throw down to second. That'll get things started for Rockville. The defensive alignment, Heffley behind the plate, McMath at first, Eddie Hakopian at second. It'll be Charlie Furlong at short, Lacefield at third, Kean Saylor in left, Bowman in center, and Stephen Orsini in right. The only real change over the last few weeks is swapping Saylor and Orsini.
Yeah, it's as you said, Rick has been changing up that lineup quite a few times over this week, trying to fine-tune things for their first playoff game today. Stepping in here is the pitcher, Daniel Elliott, who's batting .329. Astronomical number there as a pitcher.
Yeah, and clearly wanting to see a strike, is didn't offer it one right down the middle. Fitzgerald on the 1-1 count now. Ball to the plate, and just misses outside.
To go along with that .329 average, he has 15 RBIs, 28 base hits, and 75 plate appearances.
And Fitzgerald a good spot there, high in the zone, even things at 2. 2-2 coming home. And in the dirt, that'll run things full. Last time here at Churchill is that 14-12 ball game.
Yeah, we ran out of sunlight, but we're somehow able to get that game finished.
Meanwhile, we start today off with a leadoff walk as Elliott's aboard. That'll bring up Caesar now. Homered his last time in that 14-12 ball game.
Yeah, he did. Caesar, his only home run of the season. Regular season stats, bat .233, as you said, the 1 home run. Go along with 8 RBIs.
First pitch into him, gets a called strike on the outside. Fitzgerald obviously trying to go stride for stride with Elliott. He had a 1-2-3 inning on the flip side. Comes back with 1 low to even things at 1. Fitzgerald has a check over at first. Comes home with it. Misses high. Comes back with another one in the dirt. Is Fitzgerald really trying to find the strike zone here?
I think he might be trying to overpower Caesar here a little too much here, as I can see him throwing pitches that are just dipping too quickly into the zone and getting into the dirt.
3-1 from him. The check swing foul ball. That'll run things full for the second time in just the first inning.
Yeah, I was going to note that back-to-back batters, Fitzgerald has gotten into full counts. Let's see if he can definitely get the better half of Caesar here and get the first out of the inning.
Full count offering from him. Gets a ground ball towards short. Furlong, a nice backhand stop, but can't make the play, as that'll be the first hit of the ball game. KOA now 2 on, no out here in the first. As they set up their middle part of the lineup perfectly here. I'll bring up Dean Wandell now hitting third. Fitzgerald blows a fastball by him, runs it 0-1.
As I was saying earlier with Daniel Elliott's astronomical numbers, Dean Wandell, regular season batting average of .354. 15 RBIs, 23 base hits.
This one misses away, even things at 1 to him. Wandell being the first batter Fitzgerald's worked ahead of here. Let's see if he can get him. He gets a swing and a foul ball out of play, staying ahead in the count 1-2.
Ground ball, kid.
We've seen Fitzgerald get ahead of batters here a couple times, but then he's lost him through the at-bat, walked the first batter, and gave up an infield single to the next.
He's got a 1-2 count now. He's seen nothing but fastballs this at-bat. See if he sets up a breaking ball. As a broken bat line drive gets over the head of McMath. Elliott will hold third, and bases loaded with none away here. One thing to note is all 4 games against KOA this season, some high-scoring baseball. Is that could be what we're in store for here today.
Yeah, like we said last time out, we had a 14-12 loss. Combined 26 runs were the most in any game the Express have played this season. Stepping up now is Giesemann. Regular season stats, batting .257 with 2 home runs and 16 RBIs.
Fitzgerald stealing strike 1 here on a first pitch curveball to him.
Yeah, he's got to be careful how he pitches Giesemann here. He is the cleanup batter here, and hopefully we're not going to see that cleanup title come into play here.
Misses inside, even things at 1. Fitzgerald needing an out here in any way he can find one. Comes in with a curveball that Giesemann had to duck under.
That curveball definitely curved the wrong direction there. He wanted to curve away from him, and it curved almost into him. Thankfully, Giesemann able to duck out of the way.
Yeah, Fitzgerald having to regroup, grabs the rosin bag as that curveball, like you said, sailed on him a little bit. 2-1 gets a foul off. Evens things back at 2 now. Fitzgerald, the 2-2. It's another foul ball back. Giesemann fighting at the plate and really running that pitch count up on Fitzgerald.
Yeah, Fitzgerald already throwing 21 pitches before recording an out. Not what you want to see from the Express here is sense of urgency here to get an out before a run scores. As I said earlier, we want to see the Express get on the board early, and it sounds like the KOA Green Wave were listening to me and did that. Or are trying to do.
It's a ball in dirt. Looked good for about 58 feet before biting the dust. That'll run things full. (3-2) from Fitzgerald. It's another foul ball back. That was the 8th pitch in just this at bat alone.
8th pitch, and I think the 5th foul ball.
Sets up a big 3-2 once more. Fitzgerald still looking for that first out. See if he can get it here. Gets a swing and a miss. Perfect timing for your first strikeout of the ball game.
Yeah, so like I said earlier, we were hoping that cleanup title wouldn't come into play here as Fitzgerald sets down Giesemann on strike swinging. Stepping in now is not the quarterback for the Falcons, Matt Ryan.
The first pitch strike by him is, hey, he's also wearing number 2, so.
Hence why I made the joke. We've said it a couple times this season.
0-1 coming home. Not a bad spot, just missing outside. Doesn't get it chased. That'll even things at 1. Elliott, the runner at third's got Caesar on second, and Wandell, 3 aboard for him. With just 1 away here in the first. Fitzgerald, the 1-1. Really close spot there. Certainly wanted the strike there, especially when you're in a tough spot like this. You really want those calls to go your way.
Yeah, especially as you said, tough spot, bases loaded, only 1 out. You want to get any strike you can, especially on a strike that close to the zone.
Yeah.
It's a swing and a miss there, evens things at 2.
Woo. That's a good pitch there, kid.
Love to see this fight out of Fitzgerald. Staying really composed on the mound. He had bases loaded on him and still attacking hitters.
Yeah.
Beautiful
Yeah,
curveball on the 2-2. His second strikeout, back-to-back with the bases loaded.
Yeah, we've seen Rockville pitchers all year get themselves into jams and work themselves out of jams. As Fitzgerald is looking to get his last out of the inning. Maybe 30 straight strikeouts.
That'll bring up Thomas now, a chance to hit with 2 outs and the bases loaded. Fitzgerald getting ahead of him with strike 1 as well.
Getting an inside strike call there as we saw Thomas spin a little bit out of that one.
Comes back with a breaking ball, just misses, doesn't get a call there. Of course, in the first inning, still trying to figure out where those edges are, what calls you're getting, and what spots to avoid. Loud contact there from Thomas as Bowman going back on it. This is 1 hop the wall. 1 will score, 2 will score. Third run coming home is Wandell. Furlong the relay home, and he'll eat it. As quickly here in the first inning, a 3-0 ball game on the base clearing double.
Yeah, unfortunately, Thomas, I was looking at his numbers, he regular season a tick under 300, batting .299. And he unloads the bases there with the loud double to left center over by the Winston Churchill banner out there.
Yeah, Thomas sticking with a curveball there, saw the off-speed coming and delivered a drive to fire the opening salvo in this one.
Yeah, like I said earlier, both teams looking to strike early, and KOA does in a big way there with a 3-run double from Dwayne Thomas. With that 3-run lead, I don't know if we're going to hear the end of the KOA dugout here as they are loud and alive here.
Fitzgerald, the 0-1, sails on him, and Thomas hanging on at second.
I definitely think, unfortunately, the KOA dugout might be getting into the head of Fitzgerald a little bit here. He's got to be shaken as he's thrown north of 30 pitches here in just the first inning alone. Not what we want to see from a starting pitcher in Game 1 of the playoffs.
Of course, in playoff baseball, you've got a much shorter leash. As Fitzgerald stepping off again here. Yeah, I wonder if that noise is getting to him.
This is how you got to regroup as a pitcher. Yeah, you gave up the bases loaded, then the double. Got to come back and attack the next batters that you get.
Ball in the dirt will run at 2-1 now. Fitzgerald just desperately needing that third out to get the boys back and swinging for the second inning.
Yeah, Rockville Express, first 3 batters were retired on only 8 pitches.
Comes back with a high one here, runs things 3-1 now. Good news is all season Rockville, when teams go up on them, have been quick to answer all season. Hopefully that pays due here. Is we'll see a walk here with 2 outs. That'll give KOA still life here. Is first and second, Rick Price out to have a word with Fitzgerald. As he does so, we're going to step aside. We'll be back with more in the bottom of the first. We're back here in the bottom of the first for Eli Putnam. He's got 2 aboard here with 2 away. Rick Price sticking with Fitzgerald for that third out. A ball to Lacefield. He'll go the short way to second. Diving play by Hakopi. An excellent job there to keep his foot on the bag.
Attaboy,
Rockville getting out of the inning. A 3-0 ball game when we come back in the bottom of the second. back here in the top of the second. Rockville looking to answer as they gave up 3 in the bottom half of the first. Due up to start the inning is Johnny McMathis. You see some outstanding numbers for him. 347 on the year, 4 home runs, and 25 RBI. Team highs all around. He'll watch ball 1 miss outside, as that's how we'll start this second inning.
Hey, we said it all year how McMath has been the biggest powerhouse on the team so far.
Keeps his hands back, doesn't offer it 1 outside, runs it 2-0.
He got into a quote-unquote slump a couple weeks ago and has recently gotten out of that. Got his average up, as you said, to 347.
It's a hard hit ball to second base, grabbed on the hop, and he'll be put away for the first out. Unfortunate as that ball was hit really hard, just right at the second baseman.
Yeah, it just didn't tail enough to the right to split the gap in between second and first base. Really hoping to see that ball get through out into the outfield. It doesn't, and this brings up Rayo Fabre.
Yeah, Caesar had him played perfectly there. Fabre watches strike 1 go by, runs it 0-1.
Fabre on the season batting .275. 14 RBIs to his credit. And 3 doubles.
Quickly down 0-2 as he fouls that one back into the cage. Puts one in play up the middle. Does Rockville have their first hit? Sliding stop by Caesar, and the throw to him is wild. Caesar, a nice stop, and then a throwing error. This allows Fabre to reach, and that'll be the first base runner of the game for Rockville.
Yeah, Rockville did get the first base runner. Still looking to crack the hit column here, but it's a great way to get a little momentum for your offense here as Raya was able to leg that out, get to first base there, and Orsini, the first batter of the day, to have someone on base while he's batting.
Take a look at the stat line for Orsini on the year. 286 average, 2 home runs, but a 506 slugging. That speaks to the power of Stevie Orsini as he swings through one there. Rockville with their first base runner in the ball game. It's up to Orsini now to try and move him around as they have a 3-run deficit to come back from. Watches one miss outside. Elliott running things 1-1 out in his second inning of work now. One misses low. Orsini ahead in the count now, 2-1. Elliott taking his time, 2-1 into Orsini. Breaking ball catches the backside corner there. All even at 2. Orsini has to protect now, 2-2 on the way. Lunges at a pitch outside, off the glove of Thomas, and he'll reach on an infield single there. Rockville, that's their first hit of the ball game, and 2 on now here in the first, looking to answer.
Yeah, as we said, Rockville looking to crack the hit column. There they did with Orsini getting that infield single. Now with 2 on, 1 out in the inning for Charlie Furlong.
So he looks to keep the line moving. Back-to-back Rockville batters reaching here.
Furlong's season average of .265, 11 RBIs, 1 home run, that being a grand slam here that he had in that 14-12 loss against KOA. Believe it or not, earlier this week.
Yeah, that grand slam, timely one at that. He sent that well over the wall and right. So here you have a look at the season numbers for him, as Pat was just saying. 265, 1 home run, 388 slugging. That grand slam, a large contributor to that. 1-0 to him, flied up and out of play, evens things at 1. got Fabre out there at second, Stevie Orsini over there at first after collecting the first hit of the ball game. Furlong looking to keep the line moving ahead of the 1-1. Deal from Elliott. Can this get through the right side? Tough play to get to as he'll be retired at first, but both runners able to advance. Big RBI spot now for Jesse Lacefield.
Yeah, Jesse Lacefield, name we have been missing in the lineup the last few days. He's been on the bench. We saw him last night. As you said, big RBI opportunity. Runners on second and third, 2 outs here. Something up the middle would drive in the first run or 2 runs for the Express in this ballgame.
You got to think with behind 3, anything to the outfield, Rick sending Orsini. Lacefield taking a hack on the first pitch, fouls one back into the cage, 0-1.
Lacefield in the regular season batting a tick over 200 at 204. Had 9 RBIs, 1 home run to his credit.
Yeah, it was a solo shot on that to lead off a ball game. It was actually against KOA at Latonia.
Yeah, it was about 20 minutes after we did you did a pregame interview with him, talking about how he's on an upswing offensively, and he hit the leadoff home run.
Yeah, needing to come through the base hit now. 0-2 in the count. It's got to protect. 0-2 from Elliott. Blows a fastball by him to end the inning. Rockville straining 2 here as we head towards the bottom half of the second. A 3-0 ball game when we come back. We're back here in the bottom of the second. Rick sticking with Fitzgerald here as Dane Blair will lead things off.
Yeah, Fitzgerald into his second inning of work here, throwing 38 pitches in just 1 inning, giving up 3 runs on that bases clearing double to Dwayne Thomas.
It's a swing and a ground ball towards Hakopian at second. Fitzgerald getting a quick out here. Way to bounce back as he gets a ground ball on just the second pitch of the inning. That will retire Blair.
Something to note, as a rule in the playoffs per MCBL, you're not allowed to bat 10 anymore, as we are going to see the lineup flip over here.
Yeah, that is correct. Fitzgerald now 7 first pitch strikes as he's through his first trip through the order. Be interested to see now as he attacks this top half of the KOA lineup. Fires one in, runs it 1-1 to Elliott.
Yeah, first time through the order, the KOA Green Wave going 3 for 7 with 2 walks.
The ground ball towards Furlong at short. Tough play for him, and a nice throw against his body for the second out. Beautifully done there by Charlie Furlong.
Yeah, we've seen Charlie move over back to shortstop position that he's manned for most of this season. He was at third last few games. Had some success and a little bit of non-success. I'm trying to think of the word. But he's back at shortstop making some good plays.
So we like to see. 2 outs now in the inning as he'll go after Caesar. Fires into strike one. His 8th first pitch strike now.
Yeah, 8th first pitch strike to the 10th batter he's faced.
Comes back with a curveball. Not a bad pitch there, just missing low. As we said last time out, Caesar hitting a 2-run home run. So here's another ball out towards Furlong. Fielded, throw across in time. Rockville a quick 1-2-3 inning as they head towards the top of the third. We're back here in the top of the third. Rockville trying to crack on the scoreboard here as Nate Bowman will lead things off. Manning center field, as you've seen him do much this season, gets behind 0-1 here. Swinging through another fastball here quickly in an 0-2 hole. Oh-2 from Elliott. Misses high. Good take there by Bowman. Elliott a big 1-2 now. Bowman keeping his hands back. Battling back to even things at 2. Two to Bowman. Breaking ball got him. So that's how we'll start the third. A swinging strike 3. That'll flip the lineup over for Key and Saylor. So we got to look at the season stats for him. .315 average on the year, as you saw that climb the second half of the season. 9 doubles, including 8 last week alone, and a .481 slugging. Watch, it's called strike 1 here. In the doubleheader yesterday alone, 4 doubles.
Yeah, 4 doubles against the Baltimore Clippers. And last week, as we started play against KOA, Saylor skies the ball to the left side of the infield.
And caught out there at third for the second out. Quickly 2 away here. Is Elliott making quick work of the 9-1. That'll bring up Heffley out of the 2 hole.
I was getting ready to say that Saylor started off the week here at Churchill with 2 doubles and 2 at-bats. Led off the game with a double, and in his second at-bat in the second inning, hit another double. As as you said, started a week of 8 doubles.
Heffley due up with 2 away now. Got that short porch of 295 out and left with 2 outs here. You might see him try to pop one over it.
Well, I know we saw KOA do that in our last game. One of their batters crushed a grand slam over that really short porch in left field. Got it very close. Yeah, McTye got it really close to the football field over there.
Caesar then a few innings later hitting one even further. Heffley swinging through a fastball is Rockville. They've been late on a lot of these fastballs here from Elliott. He's just blowing them by.
Yeah, we'd like to see Rockville change their timing just a little bit and get a little more of a head, and unfortunately that is not what's going to happen.
We're going to have to leave it there as Heffley swings through it. So we head towards the bottom of the third, a 3-0 ball game. We're back here in the bottom of the third. Fitzgerald looking for another 1-2-3 inning here. That's what he got through last time. Starts off with a called strike. Late call there at that.
Yeah, flipped the script there in the second inning. Fitzgerald did.
Nearly getting ahead 0-2, just misses. Runs things 1-1 to Wandell as he skies one towards center. Bowman after it. And he'll put this away for the first out. As we've said all season, the defensive anchor out there in center.
Yeah, love to give credit out there to Nate Bowman, as we've said time and time again. Fly ball under it is Bowman. We'd like to see him out there in center field getting another start, always in the lineup, doing well. Just an all-around good ball player for the Express.
I'll bring up Giesemann now. He gets a called strike 1 over to him. Fitzgerald really settled in after that first inning now. His 11th first pitch strike. And for the first time all day now, ahead 0-2.
Yeah, we'd like to see that, as we said. Fitzgerald bouncing back after that shaky first inning.
Giesemann connects on one and sends it out towards left field. A no-doubter. This will clear the wall on an 0-2 count.
Over the hill.
This one hasn't even landed yet as it's over the hill. He'll touch them all as that makes it a 4-0 ball game.
Absolutely tattooed that pitch. Drove it out to left field. Those people out there on top of the hill better be careful. Hope someone out there maybe brought a glove, because he might get a souvenir.
Holy crap.
Makes this a 4-0 ball game in due fashion as on an 0-2 count, keeping the hands back, sticking with the pitch, and blasts it out to left. Good bounce back from Fitzgerald as he gets ahead here, 0-1.
Well, I guess on an 0-2 count, and swinging anything that's close, and that was just down Broadway.
Yeah, I'm surprised on an 0-2, left one right over the middle of the plate, and Giesemann really saying thank you for that. Here's a fly ball out towards right. It's got a little bit of carry to it, but Orsini under it for the second out.
A little bit of carry, and there's a slight breeze picking up here at Churchill as we're going to see how the outfielders play these fly balls. Might be moving around a little bit in the air.
With 2 outs now, that'll bring up Thomas. If you think back to the first inning, came through with a huge base-clearing double that really got KOA up and fired away. Dugout hasn't quieted down since.
I honestly can't blame them as they're up now 4-0. And like you said, Thomas's last at bat, the huge bases-clearing double that got the scoring started for the Green Wave.
Behind Thomas 2-0 now. Pitching him a little bit more cautiously after he gave one a ride last time through. Now behind 3-0 to him. No one on though, you certainly don't want to do anything to keep this inning alive. As a 4-pitch walk will allow Thomas to reach. Third walk of the day for him.
Yeah, third walk of the day, Fitzgerald creeping up towards 60 pitches in just 2 2/3 innings.
I think after that home run ball, this might be towards the end of his rope for sure. I'm sure Rick leaning towards the bullpen. Does have someone to warm up the bullpen, however, as Maley returns today. If there's any good news for Rockville.
Yeah, we saw him in the parking lot on our way here, getting our stuff out. Little fist bumps, and it's been a while since we've seen him.
Yeah, not the fist bump's not too hard, of course, as you don't want to do anything to re-aggravate that wrist injury.
He said he was feeling pretty good though, and it's great to see his face back in the dugout and in a Rockville jersey.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll see him at some point in this game. As Fitzgerald coming in with an 0-2, great spot there. Really wanted a call.
Heffley held it there for a second, waiting for the call, didn't get it, and unfortunately we got to come back with a 1-2 count.
Called strike 3 as he drops a curveball in. That'll end the inning now. Rockville giving up a home run makes it a 4-0 ball game as we head towards the top of the 4th. We're back here in the top of the 4th. Rockville now down 4-0, as they really do need an answer here. Right part of the order due up, as it'll be 3-4-5. It's Eddie Hakopian leading it off, Johnny McMath behind him, and Ryo Fabre.
Yeah, as you said, perfect time to get maybe the bats going, get a little bit of offense here, and try to chip away this 4-run deficit.
Yeah, Rockville just 1 hit in the ball game. Only 2 base runners have reached, one being way of error. We'll see how that sets up this part of the lineup starting the 4th. Is Hakopian ahead of the count 1-0. Fly ball towards the right side. Thomas will have a look, but this will drop foul. Hakopian late on the fastball, as many of his teammates have been all game.
Yeah, haven't really been able to touch Elliott at this point in the ball game, as Elliott is cruising 39 pitches to this point in the ball game.
Eddie, one of the most consistent hitters in this lineup. Not a big power guy, but when he hits them, usually gets on. He ended the season with 27 hits, 23 of them being for singles.
And we were saying that over the course of the season, how we were just mesmerized and in awe of how many base hits he had, but almost all of them being singles.
Never a bad time for when it's a 1-2 rather misses inside, even things at 2. See him choke up on the bat a little bit as that's an effort to catch up to the fastball, especially with 2 strikes as he watches one miss up and in. The thing we were looking at over the break is Elliott ERA came in with a .51.
Yeah.
Certainly with your team behind 4, that's a tough hole to be in against a guy like this. Hakopian hard hit ball to short, fielded cleanly by Ryan, and throw across. Head first slide and he's in there. What an effort there by Eddie Hakopian to leg that out.
Unfortunately, from my point of view, the home plate umpire was just blocking. All I saw was Eddie make a headlong dive there at first base, and I was waiting for the call from the field umpire. Ruled Eddie safe at first. Heck of an effort there to leg out an infield single.
Meanwhile, here's the KOA coach out of the dugout to have a question about that. Thought Ryan had him. That was certainly a close play, but what an effort there by Hakopian to go head first into first base.
Yeah, it's not every day you see someone trying to leg out an infield single by going headlong dive. Not always the safest option to do as it risks an injury there, but Eddie Hakopian able to pop up there, looks fine.
Yeah, playoff baseball, put it all out on the line for your team, and Eddie aboard with, hey, a single, we'll take it. Cleanup man due up now is JT Money McMath. See what he does here with Hakopian reaching. That seemingly fired up that Rockville dugout. We'll see how that pans out the rest of the inning.
Oh, rightfully so, as the leadoff batter gets on, and again, down 4-0. Can't blame Eddie for trying anything he can.
McMath getting under 1, sends it out towards short. Ryan puts this one away for the first out. McMath frustrated with that one. He's got a good pitch there, just got under it.
And unfortunately, might have been trying to do a little too much there and drive that ball well out. Just as you said, got under it, popped it up to short. We got 1 out for Rayo Fabre, trying to advance Eddie Hakopian there on first base.
Yeah, Rayo Fabre was the first Express to reach base, reached via an E6. See what he can do here. Swings through the fastball 0-1. Hakopian, one of the team leaders in stolen bases for this season. Good hitter at the plate. Could either see a stolen base or even a hit and run play on here.
I would say the aggressiveness is going to be at an all-time high in a playoff game. As we mentioned, this is a win or go home. And with Rockville down 4, I wouldn't be surprised if Rick Price pulled a couple things out of his back pocket and maybe some of that base-running aggressiveness we saw in the first game of the season against the Baltimore Chop.
This one catches inside. Fabre steps out as he's behind 0-2 now. A move over to first and Hakopian gets back. Big 0-2 on the way. Fabre fighting to stay alive, fouls one back.
Just peeking at the stats again. Yeah, we were talking about how Elliott here has a .51 ERA. That was in all of his regular season appearances.
Here's one that misses low. That'll run things 1-2 now.
Might be a reason why is to the KOA manager had him out for this playoff game. 17 2/3 innings, allowing less than 1 run an inning.
1-2 from Elliott, swung on and fouled back. Good fight here from Fabre, despite being down 1-2, has made him throw 5 pitches already this at-bat. Pitch number 6 on the way. Eddie leaning a little bit to his left as Fabre comes through, sends one out to right. Unfortunately, right at Wandell. So that ball was slashing a little bit towards the line, but doesn't get down, and that'll be the second out.
Yeah, unfortunately, Fabre and I think the whole Rockville dugout wanted that ball to either keep carrying or drop in front of the right fielder there. Unfortunately, it doesn't, and we've got 2 outs here for Stevie Orsini with the runner on first.
Orsini offers it one in the dirt. The way Elliott's pitching, you certainly don't want to do anything to help him out, especially when that puts you behind in the count.
Yeah, it just looked too good for him. Couldn't keep his hands back and committed to a pitch that was in the dirt.
This one will get away and out of play now. That'll give Hakopian second and a 1-1 count now. Man in scoring position with Steven Orsini. Had the first hit of the game for the Express. See if he can get another one here. Would likely score Hakopian.
Yeah, Orsini could definitely pull a ball either over the reach of Caesar at second, who is a shorter ball player, so it could work to his advantage, or maybe even pull one down the line past Thomas and score Eddie from second.
Yeah, Orsini, a guy with deceptive power. 2 home runs on the year for him. So certainly a guy that's capable of doing so. As we said, that slugging number over 500 coming into today. So he fouls one back out of play. That'll put him behind 1-2 now.
Well, say, even though this has been a somewhat lackluster inning for the Rockville, they have fought their way through this inning and getting into long at-bats, fouling off many pitches.
Yeah, you can never say that Rockville hasn't been fighting. Unfortunately, that doesn't translate to the score, however. But still plenty of baseball left to be played.
Yeah, plenty of baseball left to be played. This is a full 9-inning game. Again, we haven't said that too many times over the last few weeks. But I would like to say that there is still a sense of urgency to score runs early.
Oh, absolutely, especially in the hole that you're in. You need any momentum you can grab. With Hakopian out there at second, this is one of the bigger chances Rockville's had all day.
Yeah, well, I was getting ready to say that, we do have a couple more innings to work with, but we don't want to have to go late into the ballgame to score first runs.
Swings through that one there. That'll end the inning. Rockville stranding another base runner out there, as we've got a 4-0 ball game headed towards the bottom of the 4th. We're back here in the bottom of the 4th as Fitzgerald's still out here. See if he makes it through the inning as Putnam will get it started. First pitch in the dirt. Fitzgerald, the 1-0, coming home with it. Swinging a hard hit ball off the glove of Lacefield. This will be into left as Putnam turns and heads for second. Throw in from Saylor is wide, and he's in with a leadoff double. Putnam flying around first there and able to beat out the throw. An extra base hit for him as he's in scoring territory with still none away.
It's unfortunately exactly what you'd like from KOA here to their leadoff batter. It's a line drive double just out of the reach of Lacefield and off his glove there at third base.
And you saw the frustration there from Lacefield smacking the ground as really wanted to come up with that ball. Blair in now, showing bunt, doesn't get it down. Sign comes in from third base. We'll see if he shows bunt again. Putnam out to a huge lead at second. Nice curveball there from Fitzgerald, runs it 0-2.
Fitzgerald just throwing pitch number 66 in 3+ innings. Hopefully pitch number 67 gave him the first out in the third.
Blair swing and miss at a ball in the dirt. Throw down to first, and Putnam will stay put where he is. Good job there by Fitzgerald to bounce back after a leadoff double and get the first out here.
It's great to get the first out of the inning after the leadoff batter reaches on a line drive double. It was hit on the screws down the left field line.
I'll flip things over for Elliott, pitcher and hitting leadoff. Watches one up and in. Elliott a word with the umpire after that pitch is he is the opposing pitcher, certainly questioning anything up and into the head area, as this will miss outside 2-0. Elliott, an all-around athlete, a switch hitter, a pitcher in 17 and change innings, just 1 run allowed all season. She gets under 1, sends it this one looking to get out of play, and will do so, as that'll run things 2-1 to him.
I think there's anyone in this league to give Shohei Ohtani a run for his money. Elliott is the one to do so. Like we said, he has through the regular season 17 2/3 innings, giving up 1 earned run, a .51 ERA, and a batting average north of 325.
Hard hit ground ball to Hakopian at second. Throw over to first will be the second out. Putnam advancing up to third. Interesting spot here for Rockville. That's a big run over there at third that they do not want to score. Certainly making this a tough spot for Fitzgerald, but he's been battling all day. We'll see if he gets out of this with 2 away here in the fourth. Caesar watches one drop in. Great stop there by Heffley. That could have prevented a run.
I was going to say, if there's ever time for Heffley to really be the brick back there behind home plate, now is the time that what could be the 5th run of the game for KOA 90 feet away. He's got to stop anything that gets in the dirt and away from him.
This one missing high. I'll run it 2-0. Yeah, like you said, brick wall. That's been Heffley all season. He's been fantastic back there. Fitzgerald to 2-0. Caesar out towards left, and Saylor can't get to it, as that'll be the 5th run of the ball game for KOA. Clutch RBI there for Caesar as he extends this KOA lead even more. Fitzgerald giving up 5 runs now on 6 hits.
5 runs on 6 hits. He's crossed the 70 pitch mark.
Good spot there to start off the at-bat to Wandell as he gets ahead 0-1. Caesar a huge lead at first. And a throw over. Not surprisingly.
Yeah, well, Caesar, as we've mentioned in the games we've played against KOA, is a shorter batter, which likely means he possesses lots of speed, which could result in him having a larger lead at first base.
Another good move there by Fitzgerald, nearly got him.
But another thing to say that with that large lead, it also increases the chance of possibly getting picked off there. Is two pickoff attempts in a row.
Wandell sends this one out to right, going back on it is Orsini, a jump at the wall, and over it is a home run, makes it 7-0 now. KOA really pouring it on Rockville here. Wandell, the lefty, sending this one over the right center wall out there is Orsini. A good effort at the wall, but just couldn't catch up to it.
Hey, I heard him bang off the tarp over there that spells out Bulldog baseball, as we do play here at Winston Churchill. Again, heck of an effort as he reached up for that ball. It was just too far, just too high. And another home run here for KOA as they extend their lead to 7-0.
Yeah, I'm slightly surprised we haven't seen a pitching change yet. Looks like Fitzgerald's done all he can, but these KOA hitters really just putting the ball out there.
Yeah, anytime that Fitzgerald throws one in the zone, KOA's just on top of, great timing, and is driving it out.
Yeah, that was their second home run of the day. Giesman in now had the first one. On a 0-2 pitch nonetheless. Fitzgerald getting ahead here with a curveball, runs at 1-2. Time called at the plate by Giesman ahead of the 1-2. He'll rethink it. Another 2-strike hit for him as this one's up the line and possibly extra bases, as he's going to hang on there at first. That's the 8th hit of the ball game for KOA.
KOA, all cylinders going. Everything's working for them. Offense, defense, pitching. Unfortunately, this is the great ball club that we've faced a couple times this year. And it looks like Rick Price is coming out to maybe make a pitching change.
And while he does, we're going to step away here. We're back here in the bottom of the 4th. Rick still sticking with Fitzgerald. With 2 away in the inning, Ryan Wright, a courtesy runner in the game now at first. Gets a swing and a miss at the first pitch there, ahead 0-1. It's Matt Ryan due up again, the shortstop. Fitzgerald comes home with it, fouled out of play. Ahead now 0-2 and just 1 strike away from getting out of a tough inning.
And unfortunately, multiple runs given up. Another crooked number 3 spot that KOA's put up against the Express. We're really looking to shut them down here and get the offense going.
And there goes Wright for second. With a ball in the dirt, he'll be in with no throw.
It's exactly what you want from your courtesy runner there. Is Giesman reached on a base hit. He is the catcher. And then Wright on a ball that got away from Heffley. Breaking ball, chose a good pitch to go on and swiped second base with no throw.
1-2 home now. In the dirt, evens things at 2. Fitzgerald, you see both the frustration and the fatigue getting to him a little bit. Is a little surprised that Rick didn't make a move here. Could be because of the limited pitching for Rockville, as they've played a lot of baseball just this week. There's another base hit into left. Saylor going to come home with it, and Wright will hang on at third. KOA, their 9th hit of the ball game now with 2 away. They've got runners at the corners.
As we've said time and time again, don't run in Saylor there in left field. He's got a cannon. He was able to hold right there, only advancing 90 feet on the single and keeping this a 7-0 ball game.
Look over at the Rockville dugout. Rick Price in the gateway, but still not going out there to make a move yet. His first pitching to Thomas has to lean out of the way of.
Interesting to see how Fitzgerald faces Thomas here. He is 1 for 1 with that 3-run double in his first at-bat.
Yeah, walked him on just 4 pitches last time through. Since that double, behind 2-0 here, has not thrown him a strike yet.
Again, like I said, I don't totally blame him, but a walk here would load the bases, and I don't think that'd be great. Yeah, you have 2 outs, but with the way the pitching has gone so far today, I don't think you want to load the bases.
Squeezed him a little bit there. Doesn't get a call there. That runs it 3-0. From Fitzgerald. Gets one over. See if he chose to go in here or wait for the next guy. It's a swinging strike, and that'll run it full. Does set up an interesting play here, as you'll see Matt Ryan over at first take off.
You know, with that empty base at second, 3-2 pitch, runner at first will be on the move.
Thomas gets under one, sends it out. Orsini tracking it. And he'll put this away to retire the side, getting Rockville out of a tough inning. 7-0 now as we head towards the fifth. We're back here in the top of the fifth. Rockville yet to crack the scoreboard as Furlong will lead things off, looking to help his team do so.
So far, the only offense and only base runners for the Express have been on 2 hits and an error. 1 hit from Akopian, 1 hit from Orsini, and then 5 right reaching on an error.
Furlong, a called strike on the outside. I can't say I saw that catch anywhere, especially given a few pitches from Fitzgerald that haven't had the same result, but nevertheless 0-2. Certainly a trope you see in baseball a lot, the pitcher that's ahead, especially 7 runs and throwing strikes, is you get those generous calls.
Yeah, it's something that umpires will do. They'll work with the pitcher that's got a commanding lead and that has been throwing strikes all point of the ball game. Might give him a generous call here or there, as one was given there.
No doubt about that one. Furlong keeping the bat on his shoulder, but a called strike 3 as Elliott just froze him there. Gonna bring up Lacefield now in his last at-bat. Went down on strikes despite 2 being in scoring position for him with 2 away. Gets under 1 and sends it out of play. Rockville just looking for any sign of life here. They've got the bottom of the order due up, just trying to get on and set up the top of the order. Lacefield watches one miss outside, a breaking ball that just didn't catch.
Yeah, like you said, Rockville looking for any signs of life here. Only life to this point of the ball game, as I said earlier, 2 base hits. Everything else has been just gobbled up by the offense, and just Daniel Elliott here just throwing a lights-out game.
One, 2 coming home. in the dirt. That'll even things at 2. Two coming home. Lacefield fighting to stay alive as he bounces this one foul towards the KOA dugout. If you're Lacefield, a hit here would go a long way, as Rockville only 2 to this point of the ball game to KOA's 9. But not to be had as Lacefield swings through one. That'll be the second out now. We talked about sense of urgency earlier. Rockville with their season on the line here. Just no base runners have reached in quite a while, and it's just, from a hitter's standpoint, you really got to get on any way you can.
Yeah, well,
1-0 coming home to Bowman. Swings through it. You saw him try and get ahead of that fastball and still just can't catch up to it.
well, as you said, Rockville's trying to get on base, but we're trying to get anything in play as Elliott is just lights out. 7 strikeouts at this point in the ball game.
I mean, but drop down a bunt, lean into a pitch, try something here.
I don't like leaning into a pitch. You know why?
Yes, I know why. Let everyone else hear, though. Just because, it was the Pirates. Let everyone else hear it.
Ruined a perfect game for Max Scherzer. Let it be known.
But not a perfect game. He got hit right on the knee, and
Only reason I was upset about that is I was in attendance at that ball game. Almost saw a perfect game and was one pitch, and then it wasn't.
1-2 coming home. Evens things at 2. Bowman with 2 away here, looking to get something started for Rockville in their half of the 5th. 2-2 on the way. In the dirt, he'll run it full. Out of the 9-hole if he can. Even working a walk here is good for something.
Yeah.
I don't believe there's been a walk to this point of the game for the Green Wave. There has not been.
Nope. Elliott has not issued a walk. As we said, he's a couple times given up 2 base hits, 5 reached on an error. This have been the only 3 base runners for the Express to this point in the ballgame.
And there's another strikeout for him. Blowing a fastball there by Bowman. That's his 8th strikeout on the game just through 5 innings. As we head towards the bottom of the 5th, rather. Rockville trailing 7-0. We're back here in the bottom of the 5th as Eddie Hakopian will take over the pitching duties. That'll bring Ryo Farber, the DH, into the game at second base. Not usually a guy you see over there at second.
Looks like Eddie either trying to retape his wrist there or being asked.
Oh, no, yeah, you have to take that off since it's not part of the team jersey as a pitcher.
I was going to say, or being asked to take it off there. He's going to have to put in his back pocket there.
Yeah, for Hakopian, pitching-wise, not a large sample size as you see on your screen. Just a 2.25 ERA, 7 strikeouts over 4 innings.
Go after him, Eddie.
See how this fares out as he'll try to pick up the duties from here out after Fitzgerald through 4 rather, gave up 7.
And Fitzgerald through 4 innings, 91 pitches, 4 strikeouts, 3 walks, but the 7 runs and 7 of them, all of them earned.
Yeah, 2 home runs to go with that. Hakopian on 2-1, laying one over, got a low strike call there. Bowers leading things off this inning for KOA. As he used to duck under that one, runs at 3-1. That one sailed off on Eddie.
Joey Bowers, this game is 0 for 1 with a walk and a strikeout.
A 3-1 to him, misses in the dirt. And that's how Eddie gets his day started with a 5-pitch walk.
And now what you want to see from Eddie. I don't know if he was expecting coming into this ball game, but let's hope he can, get into that pitching mentality now.
I mean, as short as Rockville is on pitching, I'm sure he was. It's that, you got to be ready to go when your name's called. Meanwhile, Putnam out towards the gap on the first pitch. As he'll be in with a double now. Bowers is going to hang on at third. KOA in double-digit hits now with 10.
Double-digit hits now, and unfortunately they're creeping up on double-digit runs as well, with 2 on and no out in the inning, bringing up Dane Blair, who's 0 for 2 with a strikeout.
Seen him show bunt both times up the plate. With runners on second and third, can't imagine a play's on here. Here's one in the dirt, runs at 1-0. Blair, the 9-hole hitter, that would flip things over for the top half. Still none away here in the 5th. Hard hit ball to short. Furlong, a long throw across the diamond will get Blair by a step, but the 8th run of the ball game is in to score.
Not looking too good for the Express here. Did get an out there, but unfortunately we had to trade it for a run, as there were runners on second and third.
Gets Elliott started with strike 1, as we said, Elliott hitting for himself.
Yeah, I noted that at the beginning of the ballgame. Interesting to see, not only is the pitcher batting for himself, but he's also batting in the leadoff spot.
He flies one off out of play. Hakopian ahead of him now 0-2.
Elliott is 0 for 2, but did reach on a walk and then later scored.
0-2 from Hakopian, misses outside, runs at 1-2. Big 1-2 as he's trying to get an out here. Gets a fly ball out of play to keep the count right where it is.
Yeah, all you got to do is protect with 2 strikes here. Fighting off anything close. Making Eddie throw everything he can. Seeing everything you can.
Here's a feeble swing, a check swing that'll get down. As Saylor was playing extremely deep there and left. That'll make it a 9-0 ball game. The 11th hit for KOA now.
Yeah, almost a swinging bunt there. It's like you said, a feeble swing. Blooped it into shallow left field.
It really shows the power of Elliott, too.
Well, it's also just, great timing there. Again, pitcher batting, don't see that too often. He's got, great offensive numbers from the season. showing again here in the first game of the playoffs.
Gonna bring up Caesar now as he'll ground one back to Kobe and double play ball over to Furlong at short. Throw across will end the inning. A good play there as we head towards Rockville's half of the sixth. 9-0 when we come back. We're back here in the top of the sixth as the lineup flips over for Rockville. Key and Sailor do up and really needing a base hit to get things going here.
Well, I've said it time and time again when Rockville is down bad, as they are here in this game. Only 3 base runners to this point in the ball game. You like to see them get on in any way, shape, or form, whether it's a walk, a base hit, error maybe, anything.
Fastball misses high to Sailor, that evens things at 1. One from Elliott coming home. Gets him to pop one up and out of play. Sailor behind 1 and 2 now. Elliott, working all game, has been putting Rockville hitters in tough counts.
Well, he has been doing that all day. He's been dominant, to say the least.
This one misses high, evens things at 2.
That pitch was Elliott's 77th of the day. 8 strikeouts, no walks, only 3 base runners, as we've said.
2 hits given up.
And gets Sailor there as he swings through it, 1 away.
Add to the strikeout total, 9. I mean, if there's anything you would have wanted from KOA in your first game in the playoffs, your starting pitcher, to throw a gem, this is, exactly what you'd want.
I'll bring up Heffley now we sound like a broken record here, but just trying to get anything started. Rockville gone a long time without a base runner, and
if it goes to show our desperation here for anything going for the Rockville batters at lead.
Like to see something get going for them here.
there's a foul ball that hits off the top of the KOA dugout. Not really the strike back at them we've been waiting to see.
Yeah, we'd like to see that ball put in play and maybe get a bloop base hit instead of blooping on top of their dugout. I mean, if there's one way to shake him up, that's one way to do it.
Maybe not the most effective. 1-1 to Heffley. Loud contact. This one's going out to right center with some carry. Right fielder under it. And Wandell will put this away for the second out. See a lot of late swings on those fastballs as Heffley there sent it out towards right. Commonly a pull hitter for him, but got behind it.
Well, yeah, again, a lot of these batters just haven't been able to touch the fastball from Elliott here. He's been throwing it by him, getting lots of swing and misses. A lot of those resulting in strikeouts. Another key component as to why he's been untouched almost to this point in the ball game.
We bring up Hakopian now. He's one of two express to get a hit in this ball game, as you saw him reach last time with a head first dive into first base on an infield single. Behind the fastball, sends it out of play now, 0-2.
As you said, here with at that point in the ball game, they were down 7 runs. Eddie Hakopian trying to get anything going for his ball club, and that includes a headlong dive into first base to beat out an infield single.
Comes pitch number 83 from Elliott. Hakopian a loud drive, and this gets down. He'll round first and look to second. Will decide to retreat back to first as he's in with his second hit of the ball game. Rockville getting a little done here with 2 away now, as that'll bring up Johnny McMath.
Said it earlier in the broadcast in Johnny's first at bat. He ended the season with his batting average 3 points below 350. I think that is a heck of an effort from him, especially as he, as we said earlier, hit that quote-unquote slump. I don't know if a player of his caliber and the season he's having can really have a slump per se, but he's able to get back into it, get his timing right, drive pitches out, and get back to the Johnny McMath, the JT money we saw earlier this season.
Yeah, stepping in here, unfortunately 2 away here in the inning, as you don't want to split this part of the order up, but we'll see if McMath can keep the line moving. He's hitless today, as are most of the Express.
And unfortunately, 7 of the Express batters here are hitless.
I mean, you at least want to get one across.
Yeah, we don't want to get shut out here in a play-in game for the playoffs.
McMath helping him out a little bit as he swings at one below the zone.
But you think with being down 9 runs at this point in the ballgame, the mental anguish that's being put on the Express here is they're, as we've said ourselves, desperately trying to get something going, whether it's just base runners or maybe even trying to push across the first run of the ballgame.
Good spot there from Elliott. Wanted a strike 3 call. McMath getting a gift there. Sets up the 1-2 to him. Watches one in the dirt. That'll even things at 2. Good way to battle back there by McMath as that opens the field to him a little bit now. Of course, this far in the ball game, it never hurts to take a power swing, even with 2 strikes. As he does so, swings through it. That'll be strikeout number 10 on the day. And as we head towards the bottom of the 6th, still a 9-0 ball game. back here in the bottom of the 6th. Eddie Hakopian out in his second inning of work. It'll be Dean Wandell, the right fielder, to lead things off for KOA. So watch one miss outside, 1-0. It's a fly ball out towards center. Bowman ranging in. And just on the second pitch of the inning, Rockville's got one away here in the 6th.
And we were lucky enough that Wandell got that off the end of the bat, broke his bat there, and that ball hung up just enough for this speedy Bowman to get in there and pluck it out of the air.
Yeah, that played pretty well as he was able to get to it despite the shallow line drive, as that'll bring up Giesemann now. Homered earlier in the ball game. Watches one miss just high, a breaking ball that didn't break enough. Giesemann gets under one, sends this one out of play. One coming home. Ground ball, Hakopian having to chase it, grabs it barehanded, jump throw, and got him. Spectacular play from him there.
Great way to range from the pitching mound there. Out, barehanded grab, throws it over to McMath to get out Giesemann there.
I mean, how about the grit of Hakopian today? 2 hits for him, a head-first dive into first base to get the first hit. Barehanded pickup there. I mean, still behind 9. I love the fight from him.
Well, I think let's hope that energy can, rub off on the rest of the ball club here. As you said, down 9 runs. He himself is trying to get it done on offense. They're on defense with a spectacular play. One of the best we've seen from any pitcher this season, and maybe defensively all around.
Hakopian now 1-0 to Ryan. Fires high. Behind 2-0 now. In there, 2-1. Coming home. Misses high, 3-1 now. A breaking ball gets a swing and a pop fly out of play. Hakopian now just 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning. Should it be strike 3? Looking for that put-away pitch on Ryan. 3-2 to the plate. Not even close. There's a non-competitive pitch there with 2 outs. Warrants a walk. That'll bring up Thomas now. Time called here. Ryan appeared to be a little bit shaken up there. Not sure how, as he just walked.
Coming into the game is
Robert Moffitt.
Seen him pinch run or be a courtesy runner a few times this game, but as you said, he's coming in as a pinch runner this time.
Or sub, rather. He's into the game now.
Well, pinch runner to be a sub, I guess.
Yep, Moffitt making his first appearance in this one is he'll take over for Matt Ryan. And a ball in the dirt. He's off for second. Throw from Heffley looks good. And, ooh, I don't know about that. Under the tag. Good throw by Heffley nonetheless. Looked like Moffitt wasn't really sprinting there. And the throw nearly got him despite being in the dirt. This one misses. Thomas now in a 2-0 count. unfortunately, that's how they've pitched him all day, is they get behind him and then trying to catch up. And Thomas swinging a hot bat at the plate. This one misses outside, 3-0 now. In the dirt, and for the second time, a 4-pitch walk to Thomas.
And unfortunately, this extends the inning even more as Hakopian is on his next pitch. Will throw pitch number 30. This one to Bowers, who on the day is 0 for 1, has walked twice, struck out, and has scored.
Yeah, Bowers was the first man Hakopian faced in this ball game, facing him just an inning later with 2 away. As issued a 5-pitch walk to him last time through. An early swing as this one's hit hard, but this will get out of play foul. Hakopian ahead of him 0-2 now. Needing that put-away pitch, 0-2 misses high. Interesting to see a breaking ball high. See if he tries to bury one low and get a swing here. Comes back with another breaking ball, again missing high. Evens things at 2. 2 on, 2 out, 2 on. Runners at first and second here in the bottom of the 6th. And a swing and a miss. That'll end the inning.
Good boy, Eddie.
So we head towards the last frame in this ball game, a 9-0 lead as we go towards the top of the 7th. We're back here in the top of the 7th. We're in the final frame now. Rockville yet to crack the scoreboard as they trail 9-0. The end of the day for Elliott is now Jason Skeen will go the rest of the way. Pat, you've got the line for Elliott?
Daniel Elliott on the day, 6 innings pitched, 89 pitches, 3 hits, no runs, no earned, and 10 strikeouts.
Yeah, spectacular outing for him in this first round of the playoffs. Fabre at the plate now, 1-1 to him. It's a called strike on the outside. Breaking ball. Ryo thought it broke too far away, but nevertheless, 1-2. Gets ahead of an off-speed and sends it towards third. A diving spot, throw from his knees, got him. Incredible play by Putnam as he threw that ball from a knee across the diamond.
Heck of an effort there to save a base hit there. Would have been the leadoff man on. As you said, Putnam making a great stop there. Throw from his knees, throws out Fabre at first.
Yeah, that's what you've seen from KOA all game. Some fantastic defense all around. As that'll bring up Salisbury now into the game for Steven Orsini. He'll get his first at-bat in this one. First pitch to Salisbury warrants a late swing and a foul ball out of play. Salisbury behind 0-1 now. Likely see him take over duties in right field following the sub. He swings through one, runs at 0-2 now. Good breaking ball there by Skeen, had him fooled at the plate. 0-2 coming home. And the pinch hit does not pan out there, as on just 3 strikes, Salisbury goes down swinging. The 11th strikeout of the game for KOA.
Yeah, 11th strikeout between the two pitchers here, Elliott and Skeen.
That'll bring up Charlie Furlong now. In his last appearance against Skeen, hit a grand slam over right field.
And that one narrowly missing the cars out there on the road past the ball field. Fortunately, no runners on for Furlong here, so...
I mean, if there's anyone that has the timing on him, it's Furlong. See if that pays dividend here. Foul ball towards the KOA dugout. A 1-1 count now. Ever since that double from Thomas back in the first inning, the KOA dugout's been electric ever since.
And I really can't blame them, as they do have a 9-0 lead here as we are playing the top of the 7th inning. And all signs have been pointing towards KOA, their offense, their defense, their pitching. And Rockville has not had an answer for anything that KOA has thrown at them. You said earlier when KOA got ahead 3-0, usually we see Rockville answer quickly with at least a couple runs.
Good cut there by Furlong, but just ahead of the breaking ball. Sets up a 2-2 now. Skeen looking to get out of the inning here. The 2-2 gets a swing and a miss. Strikeout number 12 on the day for KOA. Second for Skeen. So we head towards the bottom half of the 7th. A 9-0 ball game. We're back here in the bottom of the 7th. Eddie Hakopian getting it started with a swing and a miss from Putnam. Putnam doubled in his last at-bat. Hakopian looking to limit the damage here as he gets a swinging foul ball back into the cage, runs it 0-2. As I said all game, a real hat tip to Hakopian. He's done it all. Pitching well. Some nice defensive plays as he gets a ground ball towards second. Throw from Galloway out there at second. Galloway's first entrance into the ball game, and he overshoots McMath at first. Unfortunately there, a throwing error for Joey Galloway is he had 2 in the ball game yesterday on back-to-back pitches, and then another one here today. I'll bring up Dane Blair now as he swings and fouls one off. In a game like this with your team behind, you certainly want to do everything you can to help your pitcher out. Throw over behind Putnam back in time. See Galloway wearing 37 in this game, usually number 20. Never want to forget your jersey. Meanwhile, this one gets away from Heffley as Putnam will take second now.
Unfortunately there, ball squirted away from Heffley. Thankfully it's not the large backstop real estate that we have at Latonia, so it didn't get too far away, but it was far enough for Putnam to advance to second.
There's another ball in the dirt, back-to-back ones from Hakopian. Putnam hanging on at second this time. Both teams with 1 error in the ball game now, as that last play evened it up. A third straight pitch in the dirt, runs it 3-1 to Blair now.
After getting ahead of him with the foul ball in his first pitch, he's now thrown 3 straight balls into the dirt.
Here's a swing and a foul ball, runs it full now. Galloway in at second. That marks the end of the day for Rayo Fabre. And a pitch outside. KOA now runners at first and second with no one out.
KOA doing what they've been doing all day, working deep in at-bats, fouling off pitches that are close, and then ending up with a full count and then walking.
That's going to bring up Elliott now. One 0 to Elliott, swung on, fouled out of play. Hakopian a check back on Putnam at second. Ground ball up the middle. Galloway tries the backhanded stop and off his glove. Pat scoring.
Fortunately, we have to give that an error on Galloway's. He definitely had a beat on that ball and definitely had a play at second base.
Yeah.
That momentum was taking him there.
All he had to do is pick it up and step on the bag.
Unfortunately, now we've got the bases loaded, no outs. Stepping now is Caesar.
You see the infield creeping up as with none away. They want that out at the plate.
Yeah, with bases loaded, ball in the infield, forced out at home would be what you want.
Unfortunately, with 2 errors now in the inning, that's asking Hakopian to go out there and get 5 outs now. And not only that, work out of a bases loaded jam with no one away. Ground ball towards McMath at first, and kicks it as he will get an out on the play. Gets an out on the play that saves an error, but the 10th run of the ball game comes in to score.
Fortunately, Something in the rules for MCBL in the playoffs, there is no slaughter rule. So if KOA were to put up 2 more runs and make it a 12-0 game, the ball game would continue.
Wandell on the first pitch swinging Oppo out towards left and out of play. Hit a home run in his last at-bat. Took one deep out to right center. See what he does here against Hakopian. This one missing, runs it 2-1. Two one to him. Breaking ball hit out towards center. Bowman will get under it, but this will score a run. As Blair from third will come in to score. That makes this game 11-0 now.
Yep. KOA just piling on the runs here. And I don't really see them stopping anytime soon, unfortunately.
Yes, that brings up the cleanup man, Zach Giesemann, another Green Wave player with a home run in this ball game. Hit a solo shot back in the third inning. Watches the first pitch to him miss in the dirt. The 1-0, swung on and missed, evens things at 1. One to Giesemann. Good spot, doesn't get a call. Puts him behind 2-1 now.
And Copian having to work back and get another at-bat here against a very powerful batter here in Giesemann.
Yeah, you certainly have to pitch cautiously to him as he's burned him a couple times, not only this game, but this season.
But again, you don't want to pitch him too cautiously as...
Three 3-1 gets one over. Hakopian now full pitch home. Out towards right. A long run for Salisbury. As he got there, put it away for the third out. Hakopian getting out of the inning here, but not before KOA makes this ball game 11-0. And we're back here in the top of the 8th. Rockville just 3 hits in the ball game. No runs on the board yet. Looking to at least get one over. Certainly don't want to get shut out in your last game of the season.
Well, we would have liked to see some kind of offensive turnaround here. Went through the first 7 innings of the ball game without scoring any runs, and so far Rockville has had no answers for the KOA pitching.
The ball in the dirt evens things at 1 to Lacefield. Skeen in his second inning of work comes outside with one. He's already got 2 strikeouts in the game in just 1 inning of work, picking right up where Elliott left off. Swung on and missed by Lacefield. So that's 2-2 now. A big swing at that one. Two from Skeen. Good job there by Lacefield to stay alive. Skeen the 2-2 once more. Set with it. Lacefield a ground ball out to second. Has throw over to Thomas. Quickly one away. Other thing is here in the 8th, as it's winding down towards the end. Possibly some last at-bats for the Express this season. If that's any incentive to try and get a hit here. Bowman out of the 9 spotted now, hitless today, as are a lot of the Express. Watches one over for strike 1.
And unfortunately, like you said, these could be the last at-bats for the season for these Rockville batters. As no offense has really been showing this entire ball game. Pop fly from Bowman. First baseman Thomas comes in. We've got 2 out in the inning.
I'm going to flip it over for Kean Saylor. And yeah, as we were saying, likely his last at-bat on the season as well.
Wouldn't it be perfect if his last at-bat was a double?
Had us all ducking over here on the first pitch, however.
Yeah, it lined it foul right over our heads and over the batting cage behind us.
Hard as he hit that, you'd like to see him put it the other way.
Well, I was just saying hopefully we'd like to see his last at-bat be a double. Unfortunately, he grounds out to second base. It's very quick, top of the 8th inning for the Express.
As they head towards the bottom of the bottom half of the inning, 11-0. And with a throw down from Heffley for possibly the last time this season, some defensive switches for Rockville as they get going in the bottom of the 8th. Joey Galloway into pitch now as Hakopian will go back to his spot at second base. Jesse Lacefield yesterday was asking Coach, give me an inning at shortstop, and gets his wish as him and Furlong will trade places. First pitch to
Moffitt.
I knew it. It was just lost to my head for a second. Yeah, Rob Moffitt. This one's in the dirt. It's one thing we've kind of come accustomed to as broadcasters. Once you see a team for the 4th, 5th, however many times, you start to memorize the other guys as well.
Yeah, again, start to identify them by jersey numbers at some point, as I've done myself with a few batters. Unfortunately, some of those being Thomas, 25, who's just killed us all season. And now if I ever see number 7 for KOA, I know who he's going to be.
Elliott, yeah. Yeah, they haven't seen him pitch all season, as he's been just fantastic for KOA. Two from Galloway. In the dirt, runs it full. Galloway looking for a quick inning here, as are all of us.
Yeah, we're looking for a quick inning here, and hopefully Rockville can get up for the top of the 9th inning and get something going offensively.
Moffitt there taking off for first base before a call's even made, as a tight ball 4 call grants him first base. Speaking of Thomas, due up this inning. After this game, counting it with his regular season stats, this brings Elliott's ERA down to .39 on the season. A total hat tip to him, as he really came out here today with some great stuff.
Yeah, entering the day, 1 earned run given up through 17 2/3.
Ooh, a tough comebacker to Galloway off the glove, trying to get Thomas, and he'll get him by a step. Fantastic recovery there by Galloway. As with Thomas, the slower runner, you never want to give up on a play. He does a great job of it there.
Yeah, Galloway knocked it down, almost speared it out of the air.
Yeah, would have had a double play ball there.
Oh, 100%, yeah, as Moffitt was definitely on the move.
This will be Mason Burke now, as he's in a pinch hitting opportunity for KOA, getting his first at-bat of the day. Left-handed batter out of Marymount University. Watch his strike 1. It's a ground ball out towards second. Hakopian charging it barehanded. Flip over to McMath, unable to get him, however. But a terrific effort nonetheless. That's the 12th hit of the ball game for KOA now. It's on the slow roller, no one could get to it. Sets him up with runners at the corners now for Putnam.
Fortunately, another chance for KOA to do some damage here. Runners on the corners, as you said, with 1 out in the inning. Putnam already, a couple base knocks on the day. He's 2 for 4, 3 runs scored.
Swings and fouls one out of play. Yeah, KOA not wavering at all here, despite coming in up 11. And a stolen base here, as, no comment.
Yeah, well, no comment, no throw.
I mean, I guess no one really expected him to be running there. Up 11. Takes the double play chance away as Putnam Sends one into center field. Both will score. Almost got him sleeping at first. McMath tried to get putting him on the tag. But KOA making this a 13-0 ball game now. So that'll bring up Matt McTighe. Hit a grand slam in the last meeting between the two teams.
Thankfully, this time there's only one runner on base in this at-bat. But he can still do some damage here, as still one out in the inning. KOA pushing across another 2 runs.
Rockville just desperately looking for these last 2 outs to get out of this inning. KOA, on the other hand, content with making this game go on as long as possible. 1-0 into McTighe, catches, evens things at 1.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if KOA here is really just trying to pad those stats. This is the first game of the postseason.
You're really sending a threat to the other teams in the league. As we've said, anyone could beat anyone, as we've seen all season.
Unfortunately, a couple times that we've played here at Churchill, KOA has come out on... Rockville's come out with the shorter end of the stick on a couple occasions. Unfortunately, some really key and big losses that they've had on the season.
One, two. Swing and a miss. That's the second out of the inning. Good pitch there by Galloway to retire McTighe.
Very timely strikeout. And as you said, I think just at this point, very timely out as we're trying to get through this bottom half of the inning, get the Express up, and hopefully not see any more runs be put up from KOA.
We'll bring up Dwayne Preston, another pinch hitter for KOA. It's here in the bottom of the 8th. They're emptying their bench now. Two-out delivery. Upstairs, 1 and 2. Fires one in, evens things up at 1. One. Swung on and missed. Throw down. Close play at first. Looked like he got him, but no call.
Fortunately, field umpire didn't think that he was out.
I mean, I think we have a little bit better angle on that play. It looked like he got the tag down in front. Good sneak throw by Heffley, but we'll see this inning continue a little bit longer. Galloway the 1-2. Right there, strike 3, as it won't matter. One last chance for Rockville here in the top of the 9th when we come back. back here in the top of the 9th. Last chance for Rockville, trailing by 13. Just looking to get some nice last at-bats of the season as Ryan Maley back in the lineup. Haven't seen him in a few weeks with that wrist injury.
As we said, we gave him a head nod and a little fist bump in the parking lot. It's a nice face to see as he's been out of the lineup for a few weeks now with, like you said, a wrist injury.
Takes a swing and a miss through that one. But yeah, this team has definitely missed Maley over the last month or so, and glad to see him get a last at-bat here. Rick Price giving him one. Swings through another one. Pitching change on the mound. It's Woodbury into the game now. Rockville's certainly seen him a few times this season, left-hander. This one misses low, 1-2 to Maley now. Head of the lengthy delivery from Woodbury, Maley stepping out and calling time. See him readjust the gloves. This one misses high, evens things at 2. Maley battling back from 0-2 to even it. About a 58-foot pitch. Skips up and Maley able to catch it with the batting glove.
Yeah, took an interesting hop there. There's a bit of a divot there on the right-handed batter's box.
Divot is putting it lightly. It's a crater. Called strike 3 on the outside. One away will bring up Eddie Hakopian now.
King of singles this season. Can he get one more on his last day of the year?
They're responsible for 2 of the only 3 hits in the ball game for Rockville. As I've been saying all game, just a huge hat tip to him. He made a fantastic defensive play earlier, a head-first dive into first, putting it all out on the line for his team here. Oh, 1 to Hakopian, swung on, fouled out of play.
As I mentioned before, Hakopian doing anything he can to try and get his ball club a little bit of a momentum swing here. Pitched, had some pretty good innings, some great defensive stops. Again, 2 hits to this point in the game. Looking for number 3 here.
One, 2 to Eddie. In the dirt, evens it at 2. Woodbury set, 2-2 to the plate. Misses inside, Hakopian running it full now. A chance to reach base now for the 3rd time today.
Yeah, something that no Rockville Express batter can say to this point in the ball game, reaching base for more than just once.
Yeah, he's got 2 singles to this point, and he's on his 3rd time on base. As it's been a day for him, unfortunately not for the rest of the crews. You'll see James Walsh come up to the plate now. Walsh, a late addition to this squad, came in later in the season due to the Maley injury. Just getting his 4 appearances in yesterday as that marked number 4.
As per league rules, any player that wants to be playoff eligible needs 4 appearances in a season.
Yeah, Walsh just getting those numbers. He's got 4 at-bats on the year, 3 strikeouts and a walk. It's a big hack at that one. Runs it 0-1. I mean, yeah, why not? coming to this at bat. Swing for the fences.
Yeah,
No reason not to.
Yeah, you're down 13. Try and get something across.
Watches another go by.
Sorry, you hate to see your first game of the playoffs, and unfortunately, it looks like the only game of the playoffs this season, you'd go down scoreless. You don't want to be shut out, and then.
Well, don't say that yet. You have a Copian over there at first. There he goes for second as Walsh fouls this one back. Copian having to retreat 90 feet. Walsh on that last cut just behind the fastball. See what Woodbury comes back with here. Swing and a miss. Rockville down to their last out now, as it'll be Joey Galloway up at the plate.
And unfortunately, we're saying last out, not just the game, but of the season. Rockville trying to push across anything. Wouldn't be surprised if at some point this at bat Eddie was on the move to get into scoring position here.
Galloway, first pitch, fouling one back. Copian going again, but another foul ball will cause him to retreat. The 0-2 now. Rockville down to their final strike of the season. Staying alive, foul ball back. Woodbury, the 0-2. Misses inside. Galloway connects, sends one out towards right. Wandell is under it, and that will be the end of it. Final here, 13-0. Pat, I'll let you give your farewells first.
Yeah, it's been a heck of a season. Love to see these guys fight their way into the playoffs, get the number 6 seed. Fortunately, not the ending we wanted, especially not in this fashion, being shut out 13-0. Been a blast.
Yeah, hey, Josh Felvin along with Pat Mitchell, Zach Gibney, our third member, unable to be here today, but it's been a pleasure calling these games all season. We've been out here almost every day this summer with this team, and hey, it's been a summer to remember, and for that, we thank you guys. Josh Feldman, Pat Mitchell for the last time signing off here.